Hey everyone, this is Peter McPhail with Lifestyle Properties of Maine. I'm in the town of Enfield, Penobscot County. Today we are going to look at a 20-acre lot. Has over 500 feet on Coldstream Pond here. Coldstream Pond is a little over 3,600 acres and excellent salmon fishing and brook trout, lake trout. The perimeter miles around here is 21 perimeter miles, so plenty of shoreline to explore if you got yourself a boat. Hey guys, let's talk about getting here to the 20 acres. Basically, I-95, if you're coming from the south, take I-95 north, take the Howland exit. I believe that's exit 217. Then you take Route 155 in Enfield out to Enfield Village. And then you're going to take 188. Route 188 to Webb Cove Drive. And then Webb Cove Drive is a gravel road maintained by, maintained by an association. They do a good job maintaining it for a gravel road. And then from Webb Cove, we're gonna follow that in for a ways, and then we turn onto the Bluff Road, which is where this property is located. And I'm looking at my map software, and we will be there in just a minute. All right, guys, we've arrived at the property. As you can see, it's on, like I said before, a gravel road. We do have power here at the roadside. The owner has roughed in a driveway, and I am guessing it's approximately 700 feet. We're gonna follow that roughed in driveway in, and then we'll work our way down to the water. So let's head in. So near the road, guys, the forest here is predominantly hardwood. So if you're looking to build your home up here, build your lakefront home, and you wanted a secondary source of heat, firewood, then you've got a great supply of beech and maple and a bit of birch mixed in here too. Plenty of firewood. I think as we get closer to the lake, typically we start running into more of the hemlocks and the softwood species. But as you can see, this roughed in road is in good shape. With a little bit of clearing, that limb right there especially, I think I could drive my truck in here, probably even drive a car in here because I haven't seen any real big rocks that were in the way. So yeah, I think I could get, if you had a SUV type car with a little bit of clearance, I think you'd pass into here, no problem. There's a little, looks like an old stone fire pit right there. And the topography here on this lot, guys, runs 190 to 300 feet above sea level. And typical for this area, the soil types are Canaan and Rockland. Canaan is very stony, extremely stony, with some sandy gravel or sandy loam mixed in. But it's rugged. I mean, this is a rugged country. This Coldstream Pond is a spring-fed pond, and every time we have a property here, I talk about it, but the water clarity and the quality is phenomenal. I'd say it's one of the tops, easily one of the tops in the state. But we're getting close to, I'd say close to the end of where the road is roughed in. So guys, as I had expected, we're getting closer to the lake. We're about 400 feet from the lake. And the timber types have changed. We've gone from hardwood, now we're into predominantly your hemlock and your softwood species here. So, hey, I am drinking dandelion root tea. And you say, why in the world would you want to drink that? But actually, our old timers used to eat dandelion greens, and the root is actually medicinal for your liver, cleanses your liver. So if you've ever tried dandelion greens, put it in the comments below if you're ever drinking this tea. I like the taste of it. Most people cringe when I tell them what I'm drinking, but it's actually, I enjoy it. Let's continue on and get down to the water so you can see that. So beautiful mature hemlock forest in here with the occasional hardwood mixed in. The building setback on this lot, it's in resource protection, so you're gonna build back 250 feet. The town just wants to make sure they preserve the water quality here. And then we're gonna work our way over to the far corner. The views here, guys, the shore frontage, if you had your your camping chair set up on the shoreline, or you were sitting out on your dock, the views here are going to be easterly. So if you wanted to take your cup of coffee or your dandelion root tea out on the dock, you'd get a nice sunrise in the morning. You know, guys, when I was in college, I was doing odd jobs around the lake here. Did some painting, staining log homes, painting homes. But the funnest job I ever had was my dad's lot. He ended up building a house here on the lake, Mom and Dad, and their lot, just like a lot of them out here, were covered in boulders. And if you ever looked at the lot, you'd say, you know, there's no way you can build on that thing. It's just too many boulders. I worked with a guy and we dynamited these boulders. Yeah, it was a fun job. Drilling the holes in the rocks, packing the charges down. Every once in a while, I would put a big heavy blanket over it, blow them up, split the rocks in two, split them in quarters. Some of them were that big. And these massive excavators would come in, dig a hole, roll them, bury them. But amazing process to watch, but super fun job, you know. Blowing stuff up was, when I was in college, was a fun thing to do. But we're almost, what I'm trying to do, guys, I'm gonna get you over to the far corner of the property, see if we can locate that spring. Be a nice feature for you guys to see. All right, guys, so we made it down to the lakefront here, and rocky shoreline, but appears to be fairly deep out here. So I think a little bit of a dock out here, and you'll be able to do whatever you want with a boat. And the owner of the property, they have done the same thing we just did. We kind of worked our way down through a beautiful forest here in Maine. Tranquil, I mean, no noise here other than you're hearing some crickets. Occasionally I'm hearing a plane way off, and but very quiet. But the owner has come down, he and his wife, and there are a family of otters that they've actually watched. There's a rock further in on the cove, and the otters will come in, they'll get up on that rock. So just very peaceful spot. And we're gonna continue on now and see if we can get to the far corner. That's what we've been trying to do. But just wanted to show you this kind of a neat, see the view here, easterly. And I will say, guys, when it's beginning of September, in another probably 3 weeks or so, maybe 4, that ridge across Coldstream Pond, that is going to have some beautiful foliage there for us to enjoy. So hopefully, if you can make it to Maine in the next week to 2 to 3 to 4, it's a prime time to be here in the state. It's just a beautiful time of year. Let's head over to the other side of the property and find that corner for you. All right, guys, so we're almost to the corner. Came across this hobble bush, also known as witch hobble. Don't eat, toxic to humans, toxic to pets. It's got a pretty berry on it, but you know, looks can be deceiving, right? Hey guys, I'm about 30 feet from the corner, and we found the spring, and of course we are in drought conditions, so there's really nothing flowing here. There's just a trickle coming down through, maybe an inch deep before I hit gravel. But I tell you, I put my fingertips in there, and it is ice cold. So you'd have to do a little bit of work here, but you'd have yourself a little bit of a water supply, I think, especially considering it's still got a little bit of flow with, you know, we started out the spring in Maine, and it rained all the time. Every weekend it was raining. This summer, no rain. So, you know, it's either all or nothing with the weather here lately. But, you know, I'm hoping that this fall we'll be able to fill our wells back up, get some more rainwater to come in, and hopefully some good snowfall this winter. I know I hate to say snowfall, but, you know, we do rely on that as well. But let's, I'm gonna show you the blaze red line behind us. Let's get over to that. So we've got property boundary pin, corner pin here, well blazed. The trees are well blazed. When I say blazed, that's just everything you'll see here, painted red. So you got flagging, orange flagging, or red blaze paint all the way up through. All right, guys, let's recap what we've looked at today. We have an approximately 20-acre lot with over 500 feet of frontage on Coldstream Pond. And based on today's lot sizes, after 5 years, you could split that and create a second lot. So if you've got a family member or a friend, you want to go in onto a property together and both have lake lots in 5 years' time, that would be, based on today's standards, that would be doable. So the price here is $350,000. This has been Peter McPhail with Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Thanks for joining me today, and look forward to seeing you guys again real soon.